So, you're thinking about manufacturing overseas, right? It's super tempting to imagine it's just like online shopping. You just find a factory profile online, click Add to Cart, and patiently wait for a perfectly manufactured, custom product to arrive at your warehouse. Well, not exactly. If you're developing custom products or trying to manage multiple suppliers, buying from China involves a massive amount of moving parts. It's really not just clicking order. It's about navigating a complex web that, honestly, often requires local support to get right.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to completely demystify the world of China sourcing agents. Whether you're running a growing e-commerce brand or scaling a hardware business, we're going to break down exactly what these partners do, how they charge, and how to know if you actually even need one. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll define what a sourcing agent is, peek inside the sourcing process, compare supplier models, break down the costs, figure out if you actually need an agent, and finally look at how to hire safely. All right, let's dive in. Section 1. What is a sourcing agent? Basically, your local boots on the ground.
Think of an agent like your very own dedicated project manager operating right there in your manufacturing time zone. By definition, a China sourcing agent is a local partner who helps buyers manage tasks like finding suppliers, comparing quotes, coordinating samples, following production, arranging quality control, and consolidating goods. The absolute crucial takeaway here is that their main value is local coordination. You're paying for a highly specialized service to make your life easier, not just buying a physical product from them.
Let's bust a major point of confusion right out of the gate. A sourcing agent is not automatically a freight forwarder. A sourcing agent focuses entirely on supplier sourcing and procurement, so the actual creation of your product. A freight forwarder, on the other hand, they focus on transportation and shipping. They literally just move the box once it's already packed. So while some sourcing companies might help coordinate logistics, these are two totally different services.
Section 2. Inside the sourcing process, the mechanics of manufacturing.
It's actually wild how a crazy, complex procurement cycle can be boiled down into 5 main phases. First up, they source and verify. And this isn't just looking at an online profile. It can involve checking documents, doing video calls, or even physically walking the factory floor. Then, they handle quotes and samples, which is huge if you're combining components from different places. Next is price negotiation, where they balance the cost with quality and time. After that, it's production follow-up and quality control, checking for defects against your approved sample. Finally, consolidation and logistics. They gather all your goods from multiple suppliers and pack them into one neat shipment.
Section 3. Choosing your supplier model. Finding the perfect fit.
All right, let's do a quick showdown of your options. You've got direct factories. They manufacture the product, sure, but your customization is totally limited to their specific equipment. Then you have trading companies. They sell products through their existing network. That's super convenient if you just want an off-the-shelf product, but their pricing always includes a hidden commercial margin. And then there's the sourcing agent. They match you with factories across multiple suppliers. They give you the absolute highest level of customization because they aren't chained to just one machine or one network. Which brings us to Section 4, breaking down the costs. Let's follow the money.
So, how do these guys actually get paid? Well, there's no universal fee structure. You might see a straight commission based on your order value, or maybe a fixed fee for a specific task. Sometimes it's a project fee, a monthly retainer for ongoing help, a product markup, or even a hybrid of all of those. The absolute golden rule here: ask explicitly before you sign anything. You need to know if things like factory visits or sample coordinations are included in the price or if they're going to be billed separately.
And that brings us to transparency, which is completely non-negotiable. You have to ask, point blank, whether the agent receives commissions or rebates from the suppliers they recommend. Look, receiving a commission from a factory doesn't automatically mean the agent is doing a bad job, but undisclosed incentives, those can create massive conflicts of interest. I mean, if they're secretly pocketing a kickback from a factory, are they really negotiating the best deal on your behalf? You absolutely have to know where their money is coming from.
Section 5. Do you need an agent? The litmus test.
Okay, let's be real. You might not even need an agent. If you're just placing straightforward repeat orders for highly standardized products with a factory you already know and trust, an agent probably won't add much value. Or if your internal team has the procurement experience to manage quality control and logistics all by themselves, you can definitely handle this directly.
But on the flip side, there are some flashing signs that say you definitely do need an agent. If you're venturing out to find brand new suppliers or you're building custom OEM or ODM products from scratch, local support is a total game changer. The basic rule of thumb is this: the more suppliers you have, the more customization you need, and the more complex your product specs are, the more value a sourcing agent provides. Having someone local to manage production follow-up and coordinate QC across several different factories can literally save your entire project.
All right, final section. Section 6, hiring safely and smartly, the hiring playbook.
So, before you hand over any money, verify their expertise. Do they actually understand your specific technical requirements and industry? Next, lock down the exact scope of their services. Like, who is handling the warehousing, and how exactly are they doing QC? Get clear on their fee structures, how they'll communicate, and please, get all of this in a concrete written agreement before you commit to any large orders. Honestly, a great hack here is to just start with a tiny initial project to test out their actual sourcing and reporting process.
Now, let's rapid-fire some major red flags to watch out for. Be incredibly cautious of anyone guaranteeing a rock-bottom price or promising absolutely perfect quality. An agent guarantees better local management, not flawless, magical materials. If they can't clearly explain their fees, if they claim every single supplier is a direct manufacturer, or if they refuse to give you written terms, walk away. A reliable relationship is built on clear responsibilities, not broad, impossible promises. At the end of the day, hiring an agent isn't a magic wand that guarantees on-time delivery or perfect IP protection. It's really about securing a local partner to manage the gritty reality of manufacturing. So, I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. Don't just ask if an agent can find you a factory. Ask yourself this: which parts of my procurement process actually need local support? And can this specific provider clearly explain exactly how they will handle them? Figure that out, and you're golden. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. And here's to making smarter, more informed decisions for your supply chain.